This table was designed entirely in FreeCAD. Then I rendered it in Blender. In this video, I will show you the complete workflow from exporting your model to creating a realistic image, even if you have never opened Blender before. We have 7 steps to complete this workflow. First, we need to export our model from FreeCAD and prepare it for Blender. Now hold the Shift key, select all the bodies, then go to File, Export, or you can press Ctrl E key. Then name and save it as the GLTF format. The reason why I chose GLTF is the model 3D exchange format. Good mesh quality, don't need additional plugin, and it keeps hierarchy for assembly in small file size. Before import the model in Blender, let's get familiar with Blender interface and the basic controls. If you don't have the Blender installed, go to the Blender site blender.org, then click on Download. You will find the installer for your OS, and on the pull-down list, you can get the different ones. Click to download and install it. Once you open the Blender, you will see the pop-up window. Here we can create new files. And for rendering project, you need to create the general one. You can click to create it directly or just click on anywhere in 3D viewport. The main view is the 3D viewport, and we can exchange it to other views. And move to the top right is the outline view. You'll find a camera, a cube, and a light. Actually, they are the basic rendering elements. On the bottom right is the property view. You will find all the properties here. In Blender, the coordinate system, green one is the y-axis, red is the x-axis, blue one is the z-axis. Left key is to select an object. Press and hold the middle mouse button and drag the mouse to rotate the view. Scroll the mouse wheel up and down to zoom in and out. Now hold the Shift middle mouse button and drag the mouse to Shift View. And click the pull down here to exchange the model from Object mode to Edit mode. Or you can press the Tab key. When it's in Edit mode, you can select only point, edge, or face, or press 1, 2, 3 on the keyboard to switch them. Now let's stay in the Object mode. You can press the G key to grab the object to move. Press G key, then the X key, drag it to move it in the X direction, and the same on the Y or Z directions. Then select the object, press S key to drag to scale it. Press the S key, then for example the Y key if you want to make it scale in one direction. And go to the stand view. You can click the axis on the navigation gizmo. Press the numpad 1 to go to the front view, and press the Ctrl key and the numpad 1 key to switch to the back view. Press 3 for the right view, Ctrl and 3 for the left view. Press 7, go to the top view, and Ctrl 7 for the bottom view. Press the numpad 5 key to switch between the perspective view and the orthogonal view. Or you can change it by clicking this tool. Select the object, press the dot key on the numpad, fit all these objects, and press the numpad 0, go to the camera view. Next, let's talk about adjusting the camera view. Press the N key to pop up the sidebar. Then select a view and check the box Camera to View. We can scroll to zoom in to make the object in the camera and move it in the center. After we set up the camera, uncheck the box. Once you rotate the view, you will leave the camera view. There are 4 shading modes. Now we are in the solid view and the wireframe view, material preview, and the rendered view. You can switch them by click on these icons, then select the object, press S key, then delete it, or press the delete key directly. Next, let's import the table model in Blender. Go to File, Import, and select GLTF. Next, find the model, select it, and import. Then we can set up the camera. Let's activate the camera view. Press the N key, open the sidebar, and select a view, check camera to view. Then adjust the table position and orientation. After set up it, uncheck the box. Next, we are going to create a backdrop. Press Shift and A to add Mesh Plane. You can also add it to select from here. Then press S key and drag to scale the plane. Make it big enough to fit the table. Next, we need to create a plane on the back. Then press the Tab key, switch to Edit modes. We need to select this edge. So, exchange the Select mode to Edge. Then select this edge and press the E key to extrude, and press Z key to make it extrude in the Z direction. Next, we are going to round this edge. Select it, press the Ctrl and B key, and drag the mouse. Scroll the mouse wheel to add smooth segments. Click to finish it. Then press the Tab key, go back to the Object mode. Select the surface, right-click and choose the Shade Smooth. Then we get a good backdrop. Then press the S key and the X key. Make it wider in the X direction. Next, go to the camera view to check it again. Then select a camera to view to adjust the orientation to make a good background. Okay, uncheck the box. That's what we have for the camera. Next, we are going to design the lighting. It has the point light in the default file. Select the light and go to the data property. In Blender, it gets 4 kinds of lights. We can switch the mode by selecting here. To show the lighting, we need to change the mode to render view. It's the sunlight, then the spotlight and the area light. By the way, let's talk about the unit system. Now the lens is in meter. Then go to the scene, unit. We can modify the unit system and scale here. If you want to use the millimeters, change it in the lens pull-down. Then select the light and go back to the date. You will see the unit changed to what you selected. Now let me delete this light. I will show you how to add a new one. And exchange the render view to material preview to keep Blender running smoothly. Then press Shift and A keys to add and find the light, area light. Next, press G key, then Z key to drag it to lift the light. S, X key to scale it in the X direction. You can also modify the size here. And change the shape to rectangle. Then drag the number like a slide to modify the size in both directions. And move this area light back a little bit. Next, we are going to duplicate this light to left and right. Select the light and press Shift and D keys to duplicate. Then drag it to put the around position. Then let it be in the front view. We need to adjust this area light. Press the R key to rotate. Then go to the top view and adjust the direction. Then grab and drag the position. Next, drag the value to modify the size of the area. That's good. Then we need to lift it a little bit. And now maybe it's too closer to the table. Let's make it farther away. Then go to the render view. Next, we are going to adjust the power of light. Let's try 100. We can adjust the power and the position of the light at the same time. Then the exposure, we can increase the value to make the light brighter. Then select the light, press the Shift D key, and move your mouse to position the new object. Then left-click to job it. Now let's adjust the left light. Select the top light, modify the power. I think it's not bad. Next, go to the render property. There are 3 render engines. Generally, we use Eevee and Cycles for product rendering. Cycles is a physically accurate engine, best for final production renders. Eevee is a real-time engine. We can use it for preview. And we can add HDI too. Open the world property. In the surface property, we can change the color by selecting this box. Then drag the bar to bottom, make the world darker. And to import HDI, click on the yellow dots, then find the environment texture. Then select Open to find the directory for HDI file. Here I select this EXR file and click on Open Image to import it. If you want to remove it, click here to delete. Then select the yellow dots and remove all. Then let me set the world be darker to create deep shadows, higher contrast, and more realistic indoor atmosphere. Next, we're going to apply the material. Select the tabletop, press the numpad dot key to fit the view. Then go to Date property, and it gets the principled BSDF type for the surface. You can select it here to exchange the type. And we will use the principled BSDF for its user-friendly tool. Then select the color box. You can change the flat color for this material. And we can add material texture by clicking on this yellow dot here. Then select Image Texture. And for the texture, there is a good web for PRB materials and HDIs. And search wood, then choose the material you prefer. This one I think is the white oak. On the right, choose the texture resolution to download the zip file. For the wood project, 2K or 4K is enough. JPEG or PNG both are fine to use. Click it to download and go back to search the plywood. There are 3 kinds. I'd like to use the third one for this table. After download the zip file and unpack them, then go back to Blender and click Open, find your unpacked texture directory and select the color image. Open this one. It will link with the material, and you can modify the name of this material to white oak, but the texture is still not mapped on this board. When we import the CAD model from FreeCAD into Blender via GLTF format, the imported mesh lacks the UV coordinates, so we need to create a good UV map. Select the tabletop, press the Tab key for edit mode. At the same time, all the surfaces are selected since it's in face select mode. Then we can find the UV on the right. Click it, then you can use the Smart UV project or the Cube projection. Then you will see the texture is mapped on the surface. And for PBR material, there are other texture images, the displacement, normal, and the roughness. And there are 2 kinds of normal image, the DirectX and the OpenGL. Blender natively uses the OpenGL, so it's better to choose normal GL directly. Next, switch to the shading workspace. Then select the board. You will find the material nodes as we set in the principled BSDF and the color texture. If we add other texture manually, go to Add and find the texture, image texture. Then click to set it down. Next, click Open and find the roughness image. Then click on the yellow dot, hold and drag to link with the roughness on the BSDF node. Then let's switch it to Material Preview. But here I'm not going to show you all the process to link these images manually. Actually, we can use an add-on to create a new material efficiently. So go to Edit, Preference, and find Add-ons. Then check this one, the Node Wrangler. It's a built-in tool, so just need to check it. Now close the preference and delete these two texture nodes. Then select the BSDF node, press Ctrl-Shift-T keys. Then you will see a pop-up and find the texture directory. Then select 4 texture images, including roughness, normal, displacement, and color. Remember, choose the normal GL, then click on Add Principal Texture. Now we have all the images linked. On the left is the mapping group. We can move, rotate, and scale the texture. And the default mapping type is point. It transforms the texture coordinates relative to a specific point in 3D space. Increasing the scale values make the texture look smaller and repeat more often. Let me try File. It's not bad. And you can set the type to texture. It transforms the image file itself. So when you decrease the scale, it will make the texture look smaller. Then let's switch to render view to check it. So far so good. Let's talk about the displacement. For the wood material, set the mid-level to 0.5. It will not make the displacement to deform the body. The scale you can try 0.005 to 0.02. Next, we are going to apply the plywood on the side faces. Press the slash key on the numpad to focus on this part. Then press Tab key for the edit mode. Now we can select the faces. Then press Shift key to select these triangle faces. And go to the material property. Click on the plus icon here. Then we get a new material slot for the tabletop. But this new material is still empty. So click here to create a new material and name it as plywood. Next, select BSDF node, press Shift-Ctrl-T keys to link the texture as we did it before. But now this new material is not applied on the faces yet. So we need to click on Assign to make it work. Next, let's adjust it. Switch the type to texture and modify the scale. Let me try 0.3 on X and Y direction. It should keep the texture look smaller. Maybe 0.15 is better. Then I will set it to 0.2 for the layers, fade for the thickness 32. Okay, let's apply this new material to other side faces. Press the Shift key to select all the faces. Now they are still applied with the white oak. So we need to select the plywood and assign it. Then we get these two materials applied on the tabletop. Next, let's move on, add material to leg. Switch to the object mode. Select the leg, and you can also press the Shift-H key to only show the object you selected. And you will see the material is a white oak, which we modify the default material. Then go to the Edit modes, UV and Smart UV projection, unwrap it. Next, we need to rotate the texture. Then go to the UV editing workspace. On the left view, you will see how the texture map on all the surface. So what we need to do is selecting all the surface. You can box select on the left or select one piece on the part. Then go to Select Similar, Coplanar. In this view, you can select the specific surface. OK, then select them all and press the R key to rotate. Then input 90, click to finish it. Then we get the right direction of the texture. Next, go to the material property and select the side faces. Then create a new material slot under the leg. Next, click on this icon here and choose plywood. Then assign the material and switch to the object mode. It's done on this part. And press Alt H key show all the parts. Next, apply the material to other parts, and we can check it in the render view before the next chapter. Then go back to the material preview. We are going to the last step for the rendering settings, and open the output property, and you can set the size of the render image here. Then go to the render property. Select cycles for the render engine. If you have GPU on your computer, then choose GPU computer. Next, open the preference in Edit. Select System and find the cycle render devices. If you have the modern NVIDIA RTX GPU, check the box in OptiX. And if you use the old GTX cards, check the GPU in CUDA. Next, go to the sampling. We don't need to set the viewport options, and only focus on the render settings. The noise threshold, where you can set the value for the noise and the render times. The lower number means less noise and render longer. For example, 0.01 to 0.005. Next is the maximal and minimal samples. If you like to make it render faster, then lower the max number. And here I keep these two to the default value for the product rendering. Then check the noise to create a smooth final result, and check Use GPU too. After the settings, go to Render on the top left and select Render Image. Then just wait for the final result. And go to Image, then save it. Next, I will show you how to render a transparent background image. Select the backdrop surface, find the object property. In Visibility, check the Shadow Catch box. Then let's switch it to the rendered view to check it. But it's not transparent yet. Now go back to the render settings and check transparent in the film pull-down. Then the background is transparent, and you can render this image. At last, let's see the final results. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and comment. I will see you in the next one.